kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And Howe will throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. They'll get this down to the 38. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 38, Powell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time there critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
The Cowboys hit 3-0 here in the month of September. They coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 53 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Prescott down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. Finding space at the 40. Look at the big man rumble. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Kill! 47!
Throwing again on second down. Prescott, throw left side, complete. That's Schultz. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
47! Hey, 47! Hey, kill!
Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Howell. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing here, Howell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead comes down to a field goal at 17-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Dalton Schultz really built on his 2020 when he sees the Cowboys starting job in 2021. 78 catches, were third in the league for tight ends. He's locked himself in as one of the Cowboys' main pieces on offense. They'll go to him every chance they get when he makes first down catches like that.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Prescott. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 18. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And some space. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, Washington. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Here's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Prescott on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd down. Powell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And Howell will throw it. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now throwing on 1st down here. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They go play action with Howell. He's got him in, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Powell being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
47.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Prescott off play action. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good for a Cowboy.
Play action now, Prescott. Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll go play action. Powell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Forced out to his left. That's taken in by Dulcich. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Powell. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And he'll find Gibson here complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to the ground with Gibson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Howell. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Powell, another throw on 2nd down. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down, Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll throw again. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Go, get out there. Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Off play action. It's Howell. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Gibson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that, because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Commanders 37, Cowboys 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Prescott down. And now here is another interception. William Jackson with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Out of the air on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 44. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other...
And this is caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 54 yards. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
One last shot now for Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.